Do you have a game Jenga in your house but forget how to play with it? Perhaps you want to play with your little ones and don't know if they can handle all the rules. Well, I have some ideas for you, so keep on watching to learn more. Hi, I'm Amy Baez, Pediatric Occupational Therapist and founder of Playapy, here to provide you with some playful solutions and powerful results. Guys, I love to talk to you about traditional games and how to play with them with little kids. So if you want to check out the videos for how to play chess, how to play bananagrams, how to play dominoes, all those videos are really be great for you to have ideas to work with little kids. So one of my favorite games to play with kids is Jenga. I think it is a genius game. The reason why I love this game so much is because it works on so many different skills and children don't even realize that they're doing it, right? And this is like the genius of occupational therapy and why Jenga is one of my favorite tools to use. Today, I want to tell you a little bit about how to play the game, some basics on the benefits, and also how you can upgrade and downgrade activities to make them more or less challenging for children. And in addition to that, I have some other tips for you as well. So you may have played Jenga before. It is basically a building blocks game. You are stacking blocks 3 at a time in the same direction and then changing the direction 90 degrees each layer or each level as you are building up until you complete a tower. And then the object of the game is for a person to poke out those blocks without dropping the tower, right? Without it falling over. So the person who is the last one standing wins. Now you don't want to pick from the level that is just below an incomplete level. Otherwise, you can pick anything you want. Now, in my version of Jenga, I have one that is colored, and you use a dice to roll and see which one you're required to take out. So if you roll blue, you take out a blue. If you rolled red, you take out a red, and so on. I like this version because it has a little bit more variety in how you can vary your play and make it more challenging for kids. But basically, the person who knocks down any blocks except for the one that they're trying to put up loses and they're out. And this keeps on going until the last person is left standing. Why do you want to play this game except for that initial gameplay between people? Well, there are lots of benefits for kids playing Jenga. First of all, you are working on your constructional skills, right? So they are working on the idea of building things. This involves a sequence that they have to follow. So this changing of the directions really works on visual perceptual skills. The actual placement of the blocks is working on motor coordination. And you also have to be quite patient to build that tower all the way up before you even start the game. So there's a lot of benefits, including turn taking, that you can get from this type of play. One of the great benefits of this activity is that once you build a tower, you get the reward of playing the game, and that involves removing the blocks. When you have the weight of the blocks on top of each other, some are really easy to push and some are a little more difficult. And the ones that are difficult are probably the ones that you should avoid if you don't want to knock over those blocks. So it's great to show kids how to work on motor control and muscle control, understanding how to kind of test and see if something is too hard to push. You're also using your pincer grasp to grab that block out of its position and place it on top. So there's a lot of great skills that you can work on if your child needs to work on developing more coordination that is a prerequisite for things like handwriting skills. Now I want to tell you a way how you can grade this activity down. If this is too challenging for your child to build the block up all the way by itself, obviously you can help them. But one of the things you can do is use something like a clipboard, stand it up and hold it for them so that they have something to kind of lean up against so that the tower builds a little bit straight. You can also use maybe a cutout of like a shoebox or something that has a corner to it You can use some sort of cardboard box angle so that they can kind of build up and fit it into that little area. And that helps them to make the tower straighter, and they're going to be more successful and not knock it down so easily. Now, if you want to grade up this activity, make it more challenging for kids, what you can do is change the position that your child is in. So you might want to have them maybe staying on their knees, like in a tall kneel position, and having them build on a table so that they have to reach higher and their arms have to be elevated. You can also have them be on their hands and knees, and they have to hold that position while they're using one hand to build with that tower. That makes it a little bit more challenging for them to balance their body. This way you're working on some other skills as well. I love to do this with kids because it helps me to work on developing these other skills that they need to work on while they're playing a game. And they don't really notice that it's that much difference. I tell them that this is just part of the rules or how we're going to play the game for today, and they'll usually go along with it and will stay in that position of being on their knees and quadruped much longer than they normally would otherwise. Before we finish today, I just want to share with you some more quick ideas on how to incorporate playing with Jenga with little kids. Now, if you don't want to play the traditional game yourself, you could still use these blocks. They're great tools to do other things. So just like in the domino stacking video, which I'm going to link up for you above, you can work on lining up these blocks so that you can work on a domino line. You can also just use them as building blocks to create different structures. You can stack them in other ways so that you can build all types of towers. So there's many different ways that you can play with them, and it's just as fun. Last but not least, you want to make sure that you're working on putting them away, right? Part of your cleanup activity is also part of your skill building and play. So when you're putting away the blocks, if you have the colored ones, you can have them put them away according to color. You can also make sure that they're lining up the blocks so that they're neatly put in these stacks and not just kind of thrown into a box by itself. So think about that. That is another way for you to extend the time that you're working with a child. It's also another way for them to develop skills and learn how to be more organized and follow sequences and follow directions, all these wonderful skills that they're needing in school and at home. That's it, guys. There you have it. Your simple ideas on how to play with Jenga with preschoolers. I hope these ideas are helpful to you. I know that I incorporate them a lot in play as a therapist for many years. So I know that they are playful solutions with powerful results that will work for you as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click like and subscribe to this channel. You can also head over to playapy.com where you can learn more about our PALS handwriting program, free resources, and games for you to purchase. Until the next video, I hope you have a playful day.